Hello, vintage outboard motor fans. This is T-Mike here on Toledo Bend Lake, making another video today. Today's video is going to be on a stuck flywheel. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. I get a lot of messages and questions about beginners trying to get a flywheel off, and they either don't know how to do it or it's stuck and it won't come off. So I've probably taken off over 1,000 of them, I guess, and I only had one I couldn't get off. I actually broke the core of it getting it off, but I've had a lot of stuck ones, and I've developed a technique, a T-Mike trick on how to do it. I'm going to share it with y'all. Okay, so it's going to be a 4-part video. All right, first part's going to be the characteristics of the flywheel and what causes them to get stuck. Second part are going to be the tools you're going to need to do the T-Mike trick to get a stuck one off. And the third one is going to be actually how to remove it. I'm going to take you outside and show you how to remove it. And then the fourth one, I'm going to actually show you how to put it back on properly. All right, so I'm looking forward to making this video. I hope y'all are looking forward to finding the T-Mike trick. All right, so if everybody's ready, here we go. All right, so the first part of this video is going to be the characteristics of the flywheel and what can cause them to get stuck. So here we go with a flywheel. This is a Johnson 18 horsepower 1957. I'll take the flywheel nut off, and the flywheel comes right off. All right, so this is the crankshaft going down in the power head. Flywheel sits on it. So the characteristics of these that make it unique is the slot that goes on here is not perfectly round. It's beveled, meaning it's smaller on one end on the top and gets bigger as it goes down. Okay, likewise this crankshaft has a bevel on it too. So here's the crankshaft. All right, that's sitting down inside of this motor, and if you look at it, see how it's smaller here and gets larger as it goes down. So when the flywheel goes on it, its opening is bigger at the bottom, smaller at the top, so the two bevels make the flywheel jam down on that crankshaft. It's jammed on, depending how hard you use an impact wrench or a torque wrench to torque it. There are specifications that I have right here for how many foot-pounds of torque you should apply on this flywheel to make it the two bevels tight. If it's over tightened with an impact wrench, over tightened or over torqued, they tend to get stuck and they're hard to get off. All right, so that's the characteristics and the reason why flywheels get stuck. All right, so in the second part, I'm going to show you all the tools you're going to need to do to get a stuck one off. All right, so now that you know what causes it, let's move into the tools it takes to do the job. All right, so here are the tools that you're going to need to do this job. So here's the flywheel. We're trying to get off of a power head. There's a flywheel with the nut. So to take the nut off, you're going to need an impact wrench. Take the nut off, then you're going to take a flywheel puller right here. Set it on top right here. Screw the 3 screws into these 3 holes. Push this down on the camshaft, crankshaft. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. Screw the screws in. Then we're going to take a 12-inch crescent wrench. Here's the T-Mike trick. Instead of using an impact tool to pound down on this, we're going to use a crescent wrench, and we're going to use a 2-pound ball peen hammer to tap on the top of this. And if that doesn't work, the T-Mike trick is a larger 5-pound sledge to use on it. All right, and then here's the sheet with the specs for the different motors. You can get your spec just by looking at this sheet. All right, so there's all the tools. Now let's go outside and actually take a flywheel off, and I'll show you the T-mic trick. Here we go. All right, I'm out here in my workstation area here, and I'm gonna take a flywheel off of this 9.5 turtleback motor. Never tried taking it off before. It just brought to me for repair. So we'll see how it goes. I got all my tools I need. I got my impact wrench, got my puller, got my Phillips, put the puller on it. I got my 12-inch crescent. I got my hammer, my ball peen. And if it don't come off, I got backup. The T-mic trick. Let's see how it goes. 3/4 inch socket. I'm gonna take off the drive. Flywheel nut is off, and the washer. I'm gonna take my flywheel puller. Now I want you to notice something. The head of this flywheel puller is flattened out. I have some banging on it with this and with Big Boy. So normally people would stick this on there and hit it with the socket wrench and try to pull the flywheel off that way. Well, if the flywheel's stuck, what happens is you either start stripping your bolts, or worse than that, you strip the threads on the flywheel itself, and then you've damaged your tool or the flywheel. So I don't do that. T-mic trick is not to use your impact wrench to try to suck the flywheel off. All right. So here I go. I'm going to attach the 3 bolts. Put the tip right in the center of the camshaft here. Okay, so I got the puller on it. I like to go about 10 revolutions on each screw, make sure it's flat. Now I'm going to take my crescent and I'm going to hold the flywheel with my hand and tighten it as tight as I can. You know what, my crescent ain't working. I'm going to try another tool. 12-inch won't fit on there anymore. I'm banging on so much. I'm just going to use a pair of channels. Okay, so I got the flywheel tightened as tight as I can. I'm going to hit it with 3 licks with the ball peen hammer. The key here is 3 licks. All right? 3 licks, and it didn't come off. So what you did, you drove the flywheel off of the bevel of the crankshaft. Hopefully it moved, and I should be able to get some more turns. Yep, it turned just a little bit. Now I'm gonna hit 3 more licks. Hit 4. Didn't turn, so I'm going to try again. The secret here is, if when you're turning my hand, if it's moving, that means it gave a little bit. So it's coming off the pressed in part. It's moving every time. 3 more licks. Still didn't come off. I'm going to turn again. It's turning a little bit more every time. 3 more licks. Still didn't come off. But it's coming. It's moving every time. off. But it's given. All right, so I've tried 4 or 5 times. I'm gonna bring out the big boy. 3 good licks with big boy. Third lick, she popped right off. That's the T-mic trick. Don't stand there and beat and beat and beat and beat. 3 licks, tighten the nut. 3 licks, tighten it up. If after 4 or 5 times it doesn't do that, bring out the big boy. 3 licks, came off. Might have to use big boy 4 or 5 times, but that's the T-mic trick. You're gonna damage the top of your puller, but you're not damaging the bolts or the threads, and your puller will last you a long time. I've been through a lot of pullers before I started doing it this way. All right, so that's how you remove it. Now let's get into the installation part of it next. Okay, now installing the flywheel. So flywheel's got a slot right here, slips on over the Boudreaux key. Alright, so it's on the Boudreaux key. I'll take my ring on the 9.5 and the nut. Got it hand tight. All right, now if I look at my chart, that's a 1970 9.5. It shows me it needs 480 inch-pounds. You divide that by 12, so it'd be 40 foot-pounds. I got my torque wrench set on 40 foot-pounds. So you would get on it, and you would do 40. Clicks at 40 foot-pounds. Now for those of you that don't have a torque wrench, and I'm sure a lot of you don't, here's another T-mic trick. I snug it down with my snap-on, with my impact tool, and I hit it with a couple of rink like this. Okay, snug, I'm gonna hit it twice. Hit it twice. I've tested that so many times and come back and check the foot-pounds on it, and it's right around 40. If you do it too much with this impact tool, you will jam the flywheel down over the crankshaft and be harder to get off. That's why they're hard to get off. Too much torque. All right? So that's how I install them. A couple of good hits with this impact and test it afterwards. And you're right around between, there's a range in there between 40 and 50 foot-pounds on it, and I've always been within that range. All right, so that's everything you need to know about a stuck flywheel. Let's review. So the characteristics of the flywheel are the bevel on the hole of the flywheel and the bevel on the top of the crankshaft. They get pressed together, and if they're over pressed, then they get stuck. All right, so the tools you need are the puller, an impact tool, screwdriver, little boy and big boy hammers. All right, and the removal process is pretty easy. Once you get your flywheel puller set up, tighten it down, 3 licks with little boy, tighten it again, 3 licks with little boy. A lot of times it'll come off without bringing out the big boy, but after 4 or 5 times of that, take out the big boy. 3 licks. Tighten, 3 licks, tighten. As long as when you're tightening, you're getting a little move on that puller, a little bit of move, it's coming out. It'll come out. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Keep the suggestions coming. I love what I do. I love helping people, and I hope you all are having as much fun as I am working on these motors. See y'all next video. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I make at least 1 video every week. And then go ahead and hit the like button and join the T-mic fraternity. So if you're this first time watching one of my videos, I have over 350 videos of everything you need to know about repair, maintaining, and restoring your vintage outboard motors. I specialize in Johnson & Evinrude's 3 horsepower to 20 horsepower, 1950s, 60s, and 70s. So as I said, I have every video you need to know on how to work on these motors. And if I don't have one, I want you to let me know. Just hit in the comments on one of the videos and tell me what video I need to make, and I'll make it for you. I've also got every part you need to work on these motors. I have an eBay store. You can get to my eBay store by Googling T-Mike Vintage Outboards or click on the link down below in the description. I have over 2,000 parts in my eBay store. I sell all the hardware. I sell all the kits, spark wires, ignition, magneto components, points, coils, condensers, gear case, seals, everything. I even have some printed, 3D printed plastic handle grips and other parts for you. So I have all the videos and I have all the parts you need. I also now am providing parts manuals. So I have over 150 hard copy parts manuals, 1923 to 1958. So you can get your parts manuals from me too. So this is my passion. My goal was to have every video, every part, and every parts manual that you need. And if I don't have what you need, let me know. You can always call me for technical assistance too. My number is 337-278-5429. Give me a shout out. I love text messaging. I'll try to help you and answer your question. So I enjoy what I do. I hope you're having as much fun as I am working on these motors. And remember, always remember and never forget, here at T-Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time. See you next video.